Welcome to Metal Gear Survive Open Beta Review. I'll be talking about the controls, my conspiracy theories, and giving it a rating. Because there is no story yet to even mention. Only thing I can talk about is the controls and my experience. I'll start with the lobby you start in. The lobby seems to be pretty much something out of the Matrix, a white room. But due to this, the reason it's just the white room, I believe it's to make it easier for players to load in much quicker. Because I know it's a white room and there's nothing in there, but it's more to prepare yourself in waits, I've seen. For an example, you can pretty much place infinite stuff in this lobby. You don't use any resources when you shoot or blow up stuff, which pretty much indicates it's just a mess around with your stuff kind of thing. This is also good for practicing with there is a target range and a crafting table with resources you have collected over the time, which makes it much useful. And due to the wall shows what your party has, it does make it easier to understand, okay, I'm taking the same amount of grenades as this guy. I'm just going to use grenades as an example. Or say, okay, he's got an assault rifle, maybe I should be offense. Something like that. So, yeah. But the controls, on the other hand, play very well. I played the PlayStation 4 version of the open beta. Sadly, there was no Steam version, which I would have loved. I watched them say, oh, the Steam open beta comes out next month for 2 days, and I'm like, why you do this to me, Konami? But I don't think they're going to do that. But let's talk about the controls. The controls are very fluent. They feel fast, but certain weapons do have a slow attack speed. Everything seems to have like a slow thing, and monsters don't really have a knockback when you hit them, or a stun. They only seem to get stunned with like bullets and shotguns, so pretty much any gun would stop them from moving for a second. And also I find it easier, it seems like monsters do have weak points where you can attack to deal more damage. Like, for example, the bomb type, his whole upper area, except for his legs, are vulnerable. His only vulnerable parts, like I said, is the legs. The upper part is all armored. So if you were, like, say, go run up and shotgun his legs, you'll probably damage him more than just shooting him straight up. Unless you sneak behind him, stab him, then yeah, you're pretty good there. I believe doing a stealth kill on a bomb deactivates it. I don't remember. Sorry, I was yawning. I don't remember clearly with that. But yeah. Also, the defenses seem to work pretty well. Certain defenses you cannot attack to depending on the weapon. Like if you put up a metal fencing, your sword can't cut you because you're doing a slash, but if you bring out the lance or spear, you can attack Drew or a gun. You can attack Drew with ease. This will make it a lot more easier for dealing with enemies in combat. So, yeah. It's gonna be one hell of a thing. So, yeah. But with other types, there are many types of defenses. You have towers, and barricades, and artillery. Artillery can pretty much be turrets, machine guns that you can place, or traps. Towers are used more for like lookouts or sniper points, which you can place pretty much anywhere. It's pretty much like those towers you would see at, that you could destroy Metal Gear Phantom Pain, or the Phantom Pain, where usually there's an enemy on it. It's like a wooden sniper or watch tower, which you could place anywhere that has enough space. This will make it easier for people who snipe a lot, taking out tons of them. And then you can go creative and make some very unique traps. Because traps have different types of alternatives. You have slip, electric, fire, and is there anything else? I haven't got to that point. I only remember a certain amount of traps. I believe there's spike traps, but I'm not 100% sure. I know there is a blade trap that's pretty much like a helicopter blade that cuts the legs of the monsters. But pretty much that would probably be useful. There's turrets that you can place that will shoot on their own. The grenade turret I found to be the best when it's coming to when they spawn, pretty much spawn killing those guys. You only can make 2 of them, or take 2 of them with you per mission, unless you get enough resources to craft more during your mission. Then, yeah. So, yeah. And resources do get low during missions. I mean, you'll get a ton of iron, but everything else from other stuff, you'll have to probably be very careful in using. The other equipments you can do is crafting armor. Armor does have a defense and weight, so it's pretty much make sure you know what you're crafting. I believe you can also make new armor out of finding broken armor, because which I have attained through winning missions on S rank. If you do beat a mission on an S rank, because missions seem to be affected by, or the stuff you get at the end of a mission are affected by the rank of what you get. Pretty much like if you perfect stealth something, you get an S rank, then you get tons of loot. But for the mining missions, if you use the carbon, I have no idea how you pronounce that. It's spelled K-U-B-A-N. But if you use that on the drill, you can increase the drilling rate, which increases your rank score for the mission. But if you get an S rank, you have a higher chance of getting a item, like a hat or a gun, which will make it extremely easier to determine if it's good for repairing or scrapping it. Because if you find broken gear, it seems to have better defenses. Like, for example, the cowboy hat somehow had a better defense than my stealth helmet. Yeah, the stealth helmet armor. So, yeah. Different armors have different defenses. I believe purple is rare. Blue is like, somewhat rare, but not. I think purple's legendary. Blue's rare. And green and white are common. I think blue's uncommon, and I believe green is uncommon, and white is common. Yeah, it's how they set up these things. I believe that's their loot system. I don't see a reason for any microtransactions, but I don't think the microtransactions are really anything to worry about. Because during these missions, I didn't feel like I needed to pay jack, unless they're gonna do a Star Wars on us. But then I have a feeling they're not, because if I remember correctly from Metal Gear: The Phantom Pain, the only thing that was microtransaction was the dang it. Trying to remember a second. Oh yeah, the mother base tokens, pretty much you don't lose men if you put them to the mother base. That was pretty much it. It was useless. I mean, I didn't spend anything for that, and just, I mean, hell, if you haven't gotten Phantom Pain, just suicide on the mission where it says, oh, your base is under attack. That unlocks the FOB, by the way. If you don't want to unlock that, jump off. I repeat, jump off the bridge to your base. You may lose some soldiers, but it's worth it in the long run. So, yeah. It's pretty much gonna be crazy. So yeah, pretty much there's that. Then there's the whole other stuff that's gonna be nuts. Where do I begin? Because I haven't got to the interesting stuff with the artillery yet. I may have explained turrets, but there seems to be, besides making turrets, during the missions, as I just found out about this, is I didn't know you could summon heavy, a tactical option. I didn't even know there was a tactical option, like, kind of like sending a tactical nuke, except you send a goddamn Metal Gear. Yeah, people have been showing videos of Metal Gear Rex being summoned as a tactical support. Not a boss. Tactical support. Which I'm like, this is not a boss? I was hoping that was a boss. Unless something else is the boss, then I have no idea. So yeah, pretty much Metal Gear Rex was a support. That means, are all Metal Gears a support? Because how many Metal Gear types do we have? Because I know there's a ton of them. Metal Gear Rex, Metal Gear Ray. I can't remember all of them. I know there's Metal Gear Zeke. Well, that's gonna be a lot. But pretty much there, that would be like, that would be 3 supporting heavy artillery right there. But I believe Zeke is gonna be the one that's gonna be probably the one you customize. But if Zeke is in here, I'll probably go. I'll talk more about that in the conspiracy theory part of the video. Yeah. I don't think there was a support drops feature to get more restock on ammunitions, but you can't really restock during a mission because of the whole, limited supplies. So yeah, that sucks. One thing I don't get is why I have like infinite wormholes. Yeah, I had like infinite wormholes devices, the ones that you would see for like FOB missions or for Metal Gear 3 Online. And I don't get why I had infinite of those. I really don't. Infinite, it's just like so yeah. That was the only thing, is I had infinite of those. Guess they want you to like be able to warp back to base without any trouble, but oh well. Where was I? Now let's see. We've talked about most of the controls with bases, building. Well, I haven't really talked about the crafting. Crafting's pretty basic. The only thing it is that you may have to find the item, craft it, and that's it, or repair it. And I believe you have to get blueprints, and blueprints unlock new stuff. So that's the only thing, is building. I have no idea how the support, and that support, I mean, supporting your base is going to be when single player comes out, because that's going to be interesting. But oh well, once that does come out, it's going to be quite interesting. I do wish it, I do hope it allows like co-op in your world, like say invite some friends and then bam, you can both explore the world, fill up the map, because there is a map, so it basically, there is going to be new areas. It's not going to be the same hullabaloo. So that is something at least you don't need to worry about, being new worlds. But I do believe the missions are teleporting, like the co-op missions may take you to familiar places. I mean, at least they do change it up a bit on how the place is and how things work. So it's not going to be that bad, but well, we'll find out. Because if the world is going to be much more open-end, and there is a map, meaning you have to explore these areas, that means there's going to probably be different levels of oxygen tanks. Yeah, different levels of oxygen tanks that go into the fog that they talked about. Which is going to make things a flipping nightmare. And also, I believe the revival pills are only for multiplayer. not for single player. Because I believe if you die in single player, it'd be like, do you want to continue from your last save point or checkpoint? Because hell, I don't think that's gonna be in single player. I think the revival pill is so dumb in a sense. It's more like I'm too impatient for my team to revive me. I'm gonna take the pill. That's pretty much what it is. And the controls, not bad. I probably didn't talk much about the lance and the fences that much, but I don't really think I have to. This ain't a tactical review where I'm gonna go full in-depth. I'm gonna explain what's in the game to give you people an idea who haven't played the beta, due to the beta's down by now. Yeah, 4-day beta. Jeez, that was so short. So short-lived. But, besides that, I believe the game's going to be at least fun. That's all I'm gonna say. I believe it's gonna be a fun game to play with friends, because it wasn't disappointing in controls. Now let's go into conspiracy, and then I'll talk about some personal things I thought about the game, besides me just liking it. Alright, let's start with Conspiracy 1. This is all an illusion to make Metal Gear Peace Walker Remake. Yes, I believe this game is going to be a testing ground for Peace Walker's remake. Why do I say that? Well, co-op games are in right now, and if they could bring back a game that had pretty much played the same, but was, you know, they did technically make an HD remake for PlayStation 3, which has no one online anymore. And if they were to say, make Metal Gear Peace Walker Remake, well, they just found the ultimate thing right there. I'm just saying. Because using the Fox engine to make a Peace Walker remake would be the best thing in the world. But I have no idea if they're gonna do that or not. This is just a conspiracy theory at this point. The other thing is, what else are they gonna do? Because out of all the stuff I've seen with the game, it feels like Peace Walker, because the ring around the character that could technically be used for co-op, or co-op in and co-op out, where you share your health, and then the difficulty for selecting missions are by skulls? Well, that just explains everything there. Because the skulls are the exact same icons used in Peace Walker. But oh well. That is just theory, but I mean, hell, if there is an HD Metal Gear Zeke drew out this game, well, then my dear may be right. Eat your heart out, Game Theory. But by the way, now let's talk about the things I found interesting. My personal thoughts. The game's fun, and I didn't hate it. The only thing I was worried about when playing this, that the controls were gonna be like stiff. Combat's a little stiff, but not to the point where it's like I can't kill anything kind of stiff. I was able to like take out a horde of those zombies, but you know, another thing is I feel like the game's gonna take place after somewhere in Metal Gear Rising's timeline. Because, to be honest, crystal-headed zombies, one, their nanomachines are alien. Because that's the only thing I can think of. And I mean, hell, I don't think it's in the possibility, or in the realm of impossibility, that there's gonna be some vampire bad guy in this. I mean, hell, I know this is not by Hideo Kojima, but someone in Hideo Kojima's group's gotta be like, I played the Boktai games, let's make it feel like Boktai. With the whole zombies and vampires. Because, I mean, hell, the vampires in Boktai that was made by Hideo Kojima, the vampires were alien. They weren't from Earth. Yeah, aliens. Vampires were aliens in Boktai. a game about hunting vampires, and aliens were vampires. Yeah. Yeah, weird, right? So, to be honest, the concept of nanomachine zombies is not that stupid. I've seen stupider things in games, to be honest. Like, I mean, a chicken manager in Yakuza. God, I almost said that wrong. Yakuza 0, so if you can't tell me that's stupid, then yeah. But at the same time, I'd say enjoy the game as a fun game to play. Not as a Metal Gear game, but as a fun game. Hope you liked the review. I'm not going to give it a definitive 10 out of 10 until I find out more about the full game when it comes out. So, hope you enjoy, and tune in next time.